Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about taking the time to invest in ourselves. And it doesn't necessarily mean money. When I mean invest in ourselves, I mean investing our time and our attention into things that are really going to serve us and going to serve the longevity into the future. Building a healthy foundation to get us to where we want to be at a certain point in our life is going to take intention, and that is waking up every single day, becoming intentional with who it is that you want to become and where you want to be or where you see yourself in the future. You have to invest your time into things that really matter, so that's going to be self-growth, and everything underneath is self-growth as far as shadow work, healing your childhood traumas, getting down to the ugliest version of yourself and healing from deep down within so that you can reflect a better positivity in this world. Because what you get is what you give. So whatever you're putting out into the world is going to be a reflection back onto you. So if you're being negative, if you're thinking negative, if you're not operating to your highest capabilities, then that's going to be a reflection of your life. You might be feeling lack, you might feeling anxiety, you might be feeling worry. But know that these things are not normal. We are not meant to feel such emotions. Just to operate from a high frequency, and what that is full and total self-belief in within ourselves and are expressing our truest authenticity. That is how you are going to become the person that you want to become. There's no other way to it. If you want to get from point A to point B, you have to follow along with the simple truth of growth. You have to learn to grow within yourself and grow from who you used to be, all the habits that you've accumulated during that time of unawareness, where you were not being intentional with your time and putting effort into your own growth to get you out of a cycle, out of a repetition, and being able to truly elevate your life, that you know that you have the full capability of doing so. I would say think of life as a game. You're a character and you want to level up. What do you have to do in order to level up your life in general? You have to learn more skills. You have to become more knowledgeable. You have to be adaptable. You have to be able to change and readjust yourself to certain environments, to certain phases of your life, so that you can keep moving forward with your growth. But if you're rejecting everything and neglecting these opportunities that are trying to get you to the next level, then you're always going to stay in a repetitive cycle and stay at that same frequency. If you want to level up, you have to be more mindful of what you're consuming into your mind. What are you learning? Are you even taking the time to learn new things, to understand how your mind works so that you can help yourself become better? And not entertaining negative thoughts when they come through your mind. You have to have that discipline and that awareness to be able to cipher through the thoughts and only keep the ones that are going to serve you, which are positive thoughts. You only let the positive thoughts pass through. If you feel a negative one coming through, you have to learn how to knock it out and stop entertaining it and just keep moving forward. Ignore it. You have to really dig deep down within yourself and face yourself and become real with who you are, and understanding how you are going to get yourself out of this cycle. How are you going to get away from this image? How are you going to improve yourself if you know you need improvement? How are you going to change habits that have been around for years? How are you going to change this identity from who you used to be and to who you want to become? It's going to take a lot of work, and it's a whole lot of shifting and transcending into a higher frequency. But once you start to be mindful of everything around you and start assessing everything around you, that is when you're able to really blossom and flourish like you are truly meant to. Life is beautiful, life is great, and life can be so easy if we stop putting so much pressure and worry on ourselves. We have to remind ourselves that this is our first time living, and we're figuring it out. And as long as you're figuring it out, that's okay. The key is to have faith. Have faith that things are going to get better. Have faith in something that you can seek to. So when you're at your lowest, you know how to search for that hope. And that hope is what's going to keep you going. Hold on to that faith. Hold on to that hope, no matter if everything around you is literally burning down. It's time for a rebirth and becoming something greater, something new. You're leveling up. You're shedding an old character, an old image of you, an old version of you, and blossoming into a whole different person. You're changing, you're shifting, you're adapting, you're intentionally becoming better, because that is what you want for yourself. And that is the greatest project that you are ever going to work on in this life, is yourself and your self-growth. Creating that future that you see for yourself, changing your reality and creating the life of your dreams and your desires, because it's there for you. You have to, or you must, align yourself with this vibration, with this thought, with this mindset. You have to carry yourself this way. This has to become you for things to get better. You want to start attracting things, you have to be attractable. You have to make good things want to come to you. And that's all dealing with your mind. Like I said, your mind is a garden. You have to make sure that you're tending to it, that you're nourishing it, that you're uplifting it, you're supporting its environment and eliminating what's stagnant, what's keeping you from growing, what's keeping your plants and your vegetables from growing, or your flowers, whatever is in your garden. Think of your mind that way. If there's bugs eating up your garden and ruining your fruit, not letting you get to enjoy it, then I'm sure you're going to take the time and figure out, how do you get rid of these bugs so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor without it being tainted, without it being ruined for you. You have to think of your mind like that and constantly uplift yourself no matter what you're going through, what situation you're in. You can have $2 to your name. I want you to be hopeful. I want you to believe that you're abundantly blessed. You're going to be okay. You're not going to stress. You're not going to stress, and it's all going to be taken care of. You need to have so much faith in that, in yourself, that you are going to be okay. You trust that your future and what you see for yourself is going to come true. It's going to happen someday. No matter what anybody tries to project onto you, if they try to ruin your dreams, to try to bring you down to their level, it's only because they're projecting what they can't do for themselves onto you. But what they've accomplished and where they're at in life does not mean the same is going to happen for you. If you have faith, if you don't let that person get to you, and you don't let them taint and pollute your mind with their beliefs about themselves. And when you come to realization, that's all it is people projecting how they feel about themselves onto you. Do not absorb any of that unless it's truthfully trying to help you, in a sense, to help you grow. Because there's some things that we maybe need told about ourselves that we aren't realizing. But understand where that source is coming from and assess, like, are they really there to help you? Are they seeing something you're not seeing? Are they on the level that you want to be? Do you inspire to be this person? And if they're giving you some critical advice that they see that you may not see, then that's different, because we're not perfect. So sometimes people can see other things in us that we may not be able to see in ourselves, but that's only if they're truly trying to help you become better. You have to be very mindful, and that's why thoughts are distracting. That's why you have to clear your mind as much as possible. Think nothing. And I know that's hard, but try your best to think nothing and just let yourself be, and let no thought. Just let yourself be. Quiet your mind, silence it. So that way when things that truly need to be seen are coming through, you know what's worth your time and what's not. You're not clinging on to everything when things are sometimes just thoughts. They're just thoughts passing through your mind. It doesn't mean that it's true. It doesn't mean that there's facts behind it. You have to learn to let it go. Let it go so that you can become. Become all that you want to become. It's that simple. And I know for some you might not see it from this perspective, but trust, I used to be there too myself, but now I'm realizing the wiser I get really how simple life is. Just have faith, be kind to each other, and good things will come to you. Once you realize everything is about frequency, vibrations, what you put out to the world is what you get, and everything is a reflection. So as long as you're doing good, you're a good person, you're trying to become better, you're living authentically, you're going to be okay. Just have faith that things are always working out for you. Things are always going great. Things happen for you because you deserve it. You've earned it. You're not lacking anything. And it doesn't matter what anybody on this life has. It's really what's in here and how you are as a person and how you're treating the next human being. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And having faith, because that is how we live in unity. That's how we live in happiness and fulfillment and success and abundance. And have everybody understand this from this perspective, then it would be a more peaceful world. The world would not be the way that it is if we weren't so divided, if we weren't so turned away from each other, and if we just all lived in unity and communion, things would be a lot different. But that's why I'm just trying to help put this out there. Somebody might see this video and it can help them tremendously, because I know I went through it all. And I wouldn't be where I am today if I never started working on myself and working and being truthful to myself, becoming honest with myself, where I want to be, becoming more intentional with my days, understanding that my mind is a powerful tool and I need to learn how to use it correctly. Once you start realizing all this, things start changing, motion starts happening, you start to receive, you start to believe in yourself, you start to become more confident. It's a domino effect. But you have to let go of all the negativity, no matter what type of environment you're in, no matter what situation you're dealing with. Have faith and continue to have faith that things are always going to become better. You're not going to be stuck in a situation. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a rainbow after it storms. You have to just keep holding on to that and watch how different your life becomes. Watch how everything changes in a positive aspect for you. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more. Bye guys. Mwah.